Josh.
Corey.
Fresh from the soup kitchen, not serving, eating. Welcome to the Brown Carpet Mini-sode. And Josh, tell me something.
What do you want to know?
I want to know what the difference is between this mini-sode thing and a normal episode of what we do.
Oh, mate, I'm absolutely stoked you asked that question. I got a great answer for you. You ready?
Yep.
In a mini-sode,
Yes.
zero preparation.
What?
We both show up with one news story, and together we collaborate that shit into one glorious movie pitch. Live.
And without any preparation.
None whatsoever.
Oh, I don't know if I want to do it.
Well, essentially, it's the same as what you do on a normal episode.
I'm out. I might flourish in those.
I think you will.
Beautiful.
Let's do it.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
He jumped over 3 linebackers in midair, sprouted endless, like a gazelle.
No one laughs at a master of quack fool.
Real nice.
Many have died from starvation due to the difficulty of finding enough food, such as seals.
Shut up. No more Mr. Nice Duck. That's it. Right, Mr. Sitz?
What do you make of that? You know, it's the most fantastic story I've ever heard.
The Brown Carpet Podcast.
Welcome to the Brown Carpet Podcast, episode 33.
33.
Coming at ya.
Couple of threes.
Coming at ya, Cleopatra. You don't remember that.
What is this show?
Oh my God.
No?
This show, we take a weird news story and turn it into a weirder movie pitch.
Where does this news story come from, Corey?
The world.
The world?
The internet, mainly.
So it's a real news story.
real news story.
And we're going to twist that news story
into a Hollywood film.
Damn.
The news story that we're going to do
Yes.
is this.
In New Zealand, avocado shortage leads to orchard crime wave.
I think it's pronounced orchid.
No, it's not. It's orchard.
Orchid.
People in New Zealand are taking desperate measures to acquire a coveted treat for their breakfast toast, avocados.
Love it.
Who doesn't love a bit of smashed avo? With prices for the fruit soaring, so it is a fruit, not a vegetable.
Yeah, we had a discussion about that prior.
Is avocado a fruit or a vegetable? Now we know. With prices for the fruit soaring after 2 years of low harvest, orchards are experiencing a raft of thefts, and black markets have sprung up to distribute the spoils. To counter the crime wave, some frustrated growers have taken matters into their own hands. An avocado tree in New Zealand's largest city, Auckland, was surrounded by razor wire, drawing concerns from neighbours who feared children or cats could be hurt. I like that cats were a concern. 2 robbers were caught fleeing an orchard carrying duvet covers, each loaded with 4.5 grams worth of avocados.
You don't imagine Catherine Zeta-Jones dipping through lasers
No.
to get the avocados, do you?
No. The pair apparently struggled to explain what they were doing with so much fruit. It's not like cannabis where people can say it's for personal use, said Alistair McMillan, New Zealand's coordinator of the
Why
community.
not? You could be addicted to avocados.
You have to have a heavy avocado habit to need 4.5 grams worth. The thefts are mostly opportunistic, with people unable to resist profiting from the shortage, but some thefts did show evidence of extensive planning. One recent case involved thieves who parked a station wagon inside an orchard in a corner of the property that was not regularly visited, before robbers with backpacks plundered the fruit. With the fruit in short supply, official figures showed that local avocado prices smashed records in May.
Did they avoflage the van? The ute?
See what you're going with that.
Bad.
The average cost was $6 New Zealand per avocado.
Whoa.
That's a 37% increase
Jesus.
over the last year. That's about $5 Australian.
Is Martin Shkreli behind these
I'm
prices?
sure he is. Brett Glazer, who lives in Auckland, recently spent more than $500 on a security system for his avocado tree after multiple thefts.
Serious.
The 30-foot tree produces 500 avocados a season, and last year his tree was professionally harvested of several hundred fruit in one night.
Jesus.
There's a black market springing up in New Zealand dealing avocados.
Right, so there's a shortage. So we're dealing with an avo shortage in New Zealand.
Price spike, avocado shortage, crime wave.
Well, I'm going to play the obvious, the literal.
What's the obvious?
The joke that people of our generation can't afford houses because we go out and have avo breakfasts.
Right.
Maybe using that as the fuel. How about there's this shady conglomerate built up of baby boomers and the banks.
Okay.
The brunch mafia.
Okay. The brunch mafia.
Right.
Yeah.
So what they're doing, they're concerned that a shortage in avocados
Yes.
will mean that millennials, Gen Y, X, whatever,
Yeah.
will have money to buy houses and they're going to enter the property game.
Oh, okay, because they're not buying avocados anymore. Suddenly they'll be buying up all the property.
Right. Where are they going to get their avocados from? Mexico.
Mexican.
Cartel.
Okay.
So the banks, the brunch mafia get their avocados from Mexico, but they have to deal with the cartel, which is fucking dangerous.
Yeah.
You don't have pleasant dealings with the cartel from what I've seen in film and TV.
No.
Someone's going to lose a head, someone's family's going to be murdered, someone's neck's going to be...
Yep. End up with heads on turtles, shit like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It could be like a big gangster film,
Okay.
but it's the big guys who
But
go
instead of like coke and drugs, it's
Avos.
guacamole.
Yeah, so they're trying to flood the market of avocados again, get people distracted.
How are they bringing them in?
Sea takes a while.
Yeah.
Plane.
Plane them in, bomb them down.
I don't know. Maybe that's not a strong idea.
I actually like the idea of Mexicans jumping out of planes with avocados strapped to their back.
Like paratroopers.
It's a nice, yeah. Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Going on that bloke, it's got the security system all set around his thing. I was thinking maybe an extension of that could be, with all this crime wave taking place, all these trees being illegally harvested around New Zealand, perhaps a small ragtag crew, a crime-fighting team is formed to defend the largest tree in the middle of New Zealand, right? Maybe in the middle of Auckland, there's one hefty tree that's got the biggest payload.
So like a last stand? Is that what this is?
Yeah.
Yep.
Guac blockers, if you will. They're to
To block the guac.
to block the guac from the incoming crime wave of avocado harvesters.
Okay. Yep.
Are we following the bad guys trying
Yep.
to harvest?
I think it'd be funny if it was both.
Split the narrative?
Split the narrative.
Okay.
So you got kind of like a no activity thing where you got the guys trying to do the heist, the guys trying to protect the tree.
And like, I love my Kiwi brethren just as much as the next guy, but they are kind of funny in the way they speak and the way they do. They're not the most professional of cats at the best of times.
No.
So it'd be kind of funny if both sides were kind of completely incompetent
Yes.
and kind of like bumbling.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe we could get the Flight of the Conchords involved.
Oh, so Jermaine.
Jermaine and Brett.
Yep.
I think they could be...
And Murray.
Yeah, they could probably be the masterminds behind, this avocado heist
Yeah.
that's all falling apart, and then defending.
Taiki with TT.
Yeah, we could get him directing.
Yeah.
Get
Directing, yeah. No, he wouldn't act in it. He's in all these
He
films.
can direct and act.
He could be like a cameo. He always does a cameo.
Who's our defenders? Where do they come? Are they farmers? Are they kids from the local neighbourhood? Why have they got this spare time on their hands? Why have they dedicated their lives to defending the fruit? Are they big Avo fans? They love their guac?
Yeah, of course.
I mean, everyone loves the
Kiwis
guac.
love their Avo.
Yep.
Is it a Jake the Muss? Is he a defender?
I've got to get him involved. He'd be getting on a bit now, though, wouldn't
Uncle fucking bully.
he? He'd be a good, kingpin of the mafia. You know, the guy that's pulling the strings?
Right.
Thinking he's sending out his best man instead.
Yeah, yes.
He's sending out his absolute morons
He's
who
the,
are just...
he's the heist. He's the crime boss.
Yeah. Okay, so who's our defenders? Where do these guys come from?
Oh,
They've got a bit of time on their hands, so maybe they're...
who's the farmer?
Who's the farmer?
Is it a farm?
Maybe it's Sam Neill's farm.
Sam Neill.
Yeah?
Sam Neill,
and-
Russell Crowe,
Yes.
lovers.
Gay lovers.
Gay lovers.
Perfect. So they own the farm in
Yep.
Auckland
Yep.
with this massive tree on it. They've
Yep.
been there for years.
It's the biggest avocado tree in the world.
Perhaps they had an entire orchard of these big trees and now they're down to just one.
And there's this dark story they don't talk about, but every one of their family members is buried under that tree.
Oh, okay.
Just a bit of... They hint to it every now and then.
Right.
Yeah.
Alluded
Doesn't
to.
have to do anything with the story, but
No.
they'll be talking and then they'll be like, yeah, and Tiffany is buried under the tree. And
Just stare wistfully into the middle distance.
yeah.
Right.
So there's a lot of dead people under the tree, which fertilizes the tree. I don't really need to talk about that.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with anything. Yeah. So back to the story.
But hence the hefty fruit and the it's amazing
Fruit's
fertilizer.
like a boss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a melon-sized avocado.
So you know how those shitty ones you get at IGA for $5,
Piss.
double the girth and height.
Thick, weighty, plump,
Yep.
just squishy to the touch.
Yep.
How long will you spend? Do you like to squeeze an avocado before you purchase?
Yeah, I give it a bit of a squeeze.
Yeah. Are you but do you spend a while there at the avocado stand, or do you?
No, I'm an impatient.
Me too.
Yeah.
I won't spend very long.
No, I'll go. That looks all right.
Especially with the fact, that there's been a granny there who's spent the better part of her day
Yeah.
squishing every single one. So whichever one you pick, it's going to be fingered by a granny.
Yeah.
It's going to have
Not
residue.
fingered.
Well, yeah, she's going to have
It's going to be...
given it a...
What do you call that? What do you call that when you're that to something?
That's a fingering, mate.
No, I'm not saying that. Like, what do you do when you're just a tap?
That's a...
What is it?
Giving it a light
little wobble,
squish.
just a little wobble.
Just a little...
Little jiggle.
Granny jiggled avocado.
So this is really interesting, isn't it?
Fascinating stuff.
So Sam Neill, Russell Crowe,
So they're older fellas now. They're not gladiators anymore, mate.
they've got an adopted son
Okay.
that's going to inherit the farm.
Who's that?
What about what's the Kiwi guy that's in everything? The kid that was in Hunt for the Wilder People.
Yeah, the husky kid.
Julian Dennison. He's going to inherit the farm.
Except he hates it.
Yeah, he doesn't want to do it.
He doesn't want to do it at all.
He doesn't want to do it until he sees what it means. He just it happens. It starts to go down, and he goes, "It means a lot to my dad's."
Maybe the only thing he's interested in is the chick at school. Maybe it's like a Anna Paquin or a young New Zealand girl that he's into.
Yeah.
But she thinks defending the tree is a really honourable thing. He doesn't give a shit until he realises she's into it and she sees it. So he sees this as an opportunity to be a bit of a knight in shining armour.
And in doing so, he does grow a
bit of a connection to
it. Yeah.
So it's at first it's just a complete facade to try and get her into bed. But
I think what happens is too.
Yes.
Jake DeMus's character, the crime boss.
Yep.
Sends Jermaine and Murray in, and they kill the
girl.
kill the dads,
Oh, they kill the dads.
and they say we're back for the avos. If you don't
Both
give
of
us
the dads?
do they kidnap one of the dads?
I think kidnap's better.
You can't
If they
kill
him,
straight away.
It's going to get pretty dark. It kills both his parents to start with.
Bury him under the tree with the rest of your family.
That's brutal. We can't have that happen. Not
Yeah.
too soon.
Yeah.
Okay, so he kidnaps one of the dads, and there's maybe a hostage video
Yeah.
released. And if he wants a full harvest of the entire tree.
I want every single avocado on that tree.
Yep.
I've got both your dads.
Yep.
As the time goes on, your first dad's Russell Crowe's going to get it.
Yep.
Sam Neill's going to get it.
Maybe it's a time frame thing. He's taking a finger every hour.
Yeah.
And once I'm done with the fingers, I'm taking the head.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is that too dark?
No, that's good.
So we got two blokes. They got 20 hours basically to turn this round. So essentially got a day.
To give up 800 avocados.
Yeah.
Roundabouts.
A full
give or take.
harvest.
What's going to happen here?
Our avocado defending squad,
Well, they're kind of doofuses as well, right?
all doofuses.
Julian Dennison
Exactly who
is
we're
the
after.
adopted son,
Yes.
but we find out
Yeah?
Jake DeMus's son.
Oh, it's the connection. That's the connection. Right. I imagine he has kids all over
It's
the
a
land.
Star Wars thing. He has to choose the side.
I am your father.
This is a fucking great film. This is actually
That's
going to
good.
be... Yeah.
I like it. But how does that information come out? Because obviously that's got to be like, a second act plot twist
Yeah.
that we don't see coming.
Yeah, that's like that's the big twist.
The fathers have been kidnapped.
Yep.
The ransom note's been delivered by Brett and Jermaine. We need all 800 avocados delivered in the back of a ute by 5 p.m. tomorrow.
Yep.
Or we're returning your dad's heads on spikes.
Dad's heads.
Dad's heads, yeah, both of them. He drives them
To the drop-off point?
to the drop-off point. Does he know it's his son?
No, he tells him it's his son. How does that get conveyed?
Maybe Julian had this plan all along to turn the tables on them at the 11th hour.
That's what I'm thinking.
At the drop-off.
That's what I'm thinking. He hands him an avo and he's like, "Oh, thanks. It's a grenade." Where's he going to get it? Where's he going to
Grenade.
get? Where's he going to get 800 hand grenades?
Any soundtrack?
Oh, slice of heaven.
Has to be a bit of Dave Dobbin on there. I reckon it's just like all guac rock, really.
Yeah.
Just
Guac rock.
So Fly to the Conchords, need them.
Yeah.
30-odd foot of grunts.
Yeah.
Got to get them
Oh,
in.
Russell Crowe's band.
Yeah.
This is Star Wars with avocados.
Pretty much
Our
Star
film.
Wars set in New Zealand with avocados instead of the Force.
Yeah.
Have we got a title for this?
You said guac blockers at the start, right?
Oh, yeah, guac blockers.
Guac blockers is pretty great. Here's the tagline.
Yeah?
Bring the avos or your dad's toast.
Okay.
Your dad... No, it's bad.
Okay.
God, I'm sucking tonight, man.
Yeah, you've hit guac bottom.
I'm glad you're raising the stakes.
It's delivery time. They're given a time and a place. They load this ute up with 800
He's
avocados.
resigned to the fact that he's going to deliver the avocados, because who wouldn't?
Has to do it.
Dads are on the line.
They're on we need a good spot for it. So I imagine like a bridge
Yep.
at night. Maybe it's raining.
Yeah.
Good place for an ending.
Yeah.
He backs the ute up.
Yep.
There it is, all 800. Jake the Muss comes striding across the bridge with the two dads, throws them on the ground. Take your father's back. That's worst
South African.
That's the worst New Zealand accent.
Your prawns. He's like, hey, boy, take your dad's. You can have your dad's now for the... Oh, see, we're like, no, it's
So
horrible.
bad.
Sorry.
But I just want one, and he reaches to take one avocado, just to remember what that tree meant to him, what that one avocado signifies.
Yeah.
And when he reaches for it,
Cuts his hand off.
big dagger, swing, takes the whole hand.
Star Wars.
And as Jake goes to pick up the severed hand, still clutching the avocado,
Tight.
he realizes there's a matching tattoo on the severed hand and on his hand. Julian is his son.
Picks up his severed hand.
His own severed hand.
His own severed hand. And bashes the dad that he's just realised that he's... No, he doesn't even know he's his dad.
No,
He
but the
just-
father has. The
father
father's
has.
realised it, but Julian hasn't.
So he's bashing his own dad and he doesn't know that it's his real dad.
Because a big avo would have a big hard pit in the middle.
And because it was just so tense, it's like a perfect weapon.
Yeah.
And he's just beating his dad to death.
He bludgeons him to
He
death on the
bludgeons
bridge.
his own real father to death
Right.
to protect his adopted dads.
Adopted dads. There is life dads.
Yeah, and it's not till he finishes beating his dad to death that he realises
That he sees the tattoo.
it's his dad.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that how we end?
Yeah.
The
What else
realisation?
can happen?
Well, after you've literally smashed a guy's head in with
An
an avocado,
avocado.
you probably would have created a lot of guacamole just by the act of smashing.
What are you going here? He's going to eat
I think
it.
he's going to
He's going to get some corn chips and eat it?
scoop the guac, scoop the
He's not-
guac
what?
from the head cavity and take a mouthful, and then we cut
That's
the
so
black.
dark.
Is that not a good way to go out?
Yeah, okay.
It's a great ending.
Oh,
we just
alright.
end with him stuffing his face full of green guac and brain tissue, and that's how we end.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then he climbs, and then he goes into the tree and goes under the tree.
What? Oh, he sinks into the
He was
tree.
never alive. He lived under the avocado tree, the kid.
What?
No, I was joking about bringing the dead people under the tree back in.
Oh, yeah.
It's not true. But
What's that tagline?
give us your avos or your dads are toast.
Perfect. Guac blockers. Give us your avo or your dad's a toast.
Yeah.
It was a dark one, ending-wise.
Yeah.
Got to see a son smash his dad's brains in and
With
eat
his own hand
guacamole
holding an avocado and
out
then
of the
eat
head cavity.
Oh.
That's a great ending. I'm really happy with it.
I don't know if I am.
Thanks so much for tuning in and watching this mess of a show.
Don't forget to flush.
See you, cunts.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
He jumped over 3 linebackers in midair, sprouted inwards like a gazelle.
No one laughs at a master of quack fool.
Real nice. Many have died from starvation due to the difficulty of finding enough food, such as seal. Shut up!
No more Mr. Nice Duck. That's it. Right, Mr. Sitz?
What do you make of that? You know, it's the most fantastic story I've ever heard.
The Brown Carpet Podcast.
We have a red light. We are rolling.
Line her up. Lock a load. Welcome to the 33rd episode of the Brown Carpet Podcast. My name's Damien Stacey, and I've fucked up again.
Josh, can you sit in there so I can fucking line the fucking
We
camera?
galloping Jesus on a horse. I got a runaway testicle tonight.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
They've all got a specific set of skills. Oh, come on, mate.
They're not superheroes. They're vigilantes of sorts.
I'm just getting. I'm getting the light. I'm getting this
If
up.
anyone's
I'm getting
tuned
this.
in for a professional podcast, you've come to the wrong place.
I'm getting this up so we can see the.
Corey's got soup on him.
I'm out of Kiwi actors.
Yeah, I'm out of Kiwi
Because
actors.
let's face it, no one really cares about New Zealand.
Pretty much.
If you like a Kiwi person,
Or if you are a Kiwi person,
then turn off because we don't care about you.
mate.
No, I don't think I've ever met anyone from New Zealand that I've. Oh no, that's a lie.
This is the problem with a live stream, is that Corey's racism, there's no filter.
It's not racism. It's I'm a xenophobe. I hate
Wow.
countries.
Ask the Swedes.
Oh, thanks, Dad. Love you too, Dad. I'll give you the avos. Hey. Until next week. Oh, what do I say?
Bye, behave.
Bye-bye. I'll be thinking of you on your 69. See ya.